Hi, I'm Joe Sanborn with Behringer. I'm here today at worldmusicsupply.com, and I'm going to talk about the XENYX 2442FX mixing board. Very versatile board. If you go through some of the features on it, this board features a total of 10 mic inputs. It has a line input for unbalanced or balanced signals. We have a channel insert. We have our trim right here, our gain control. And we also have a low-cut switch, so we can use this as a high-pass filter and filter out everything below 75 hertz. We have our EQ section, which is 3 frequency areas. We have a fixed top 12 kilohertz. We have a parametric EQ in the mids, where we can basically select our frequency down here, and then our booster cut. We have our lows down here at 80 hertz. We have a total of 4 aux sends on this board. The top 2 are selectable pre or post. Continuing down to aux sends 3 and 4, this is labeled as FX, and basically this aux send will send the signal over to our internal 24-bit effects processor inside of the board. And then we have our aux 4 down here on the bottom. So a total of 4 aux sends on the board. Our mute switch right here. We have our channel pan, obviously left or right, and this also is for assigning to the different subgroups. So if we're on the left and we're assigning to subgroups 1 and 2, that would send us just to 1 or to 2. We have a solo switch to solo the channel for setting levels on your meters or monitoring your headphones, and mute switch, clip indicator. We also have our routing down here, so we can route the signal over to a total of 4 subgroups, or to our stereo mix down here with our stereo fader. And so we have assignments for 1, 2, 3, 4, or to the mains, and then we have our fader, of course. So that's basically these channels right here, which feature the XLR input. We also can use these channels down here as stereo channels. So this is where we get our 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16 inputs. And basically, these channels feature all the same sections that I talked about down here, our EQ, our auxes, and all that. Over here in the master section, starting from the top, we have our internal effects processor. Once again, 24-bit, great sounding effects processor. And it features 100 presets, and they're right here on the top for easy reference. You use the encoder to dial the preset number, and then just click to select the preset. Down here, we have our aux section, so we have our master sends from our auxes, so we can set our level. We can solo those to set levels on the meter and to hear in our headphones. And then we have a total of 4 stereo returns. So this is like having another 8 channels coming back into the board. And you also have some various routing options for where these channels are actually going to end up. Down here we have our control room output. There's a left and right output on the back of the board if we're using this in the studio environment. And we can also select what we're going to monitor. Are we going to monitor our CD coming into our CD inputs, subgroups down here, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, or are we going to monitor our main mix? We also have a switch for sending the CD or tape to the main mix. Down here we have our subgroups, 1 through 4, and we also can assign each one of these subgroups to where we want them to end up in our main mix, or not send them to the main mix and just use the sub outputs on the back for creating other mixes. You also, on the top, a few other features. Really cool, you have 2 sets of headphone jacks, A and B, and you also have a lamp, socket. On the back of the board, we've got our standard IEC power on the back here. We have our power switch, phantom power for those mic inputs on the front. And over here we have our left and right output, our aux send section. This board even has direct outputs, so if you want to use this in a recording situation, you could take these and feed your DAW in your computer or an ADAT machine or whatever you want to record to. We also have aux return channels. Those are those 8 channels I talked about on the face. They come up right here. The subgroups all have separate outputs. The effects actually have a foot switch function right on the back. Plug a foot switch in there. And there's also that effects output. If you want to not use the internal effects and go to and use that as a standard aux send, you can do that there. There's the control room output. The mains on this board even have inserts. So there's a TRS insert for your main outputs. So this is the XENYX 2442FX. It's a great board, really versatile, and you can find this and many other Behringer products at worldmusicsupply.com.